Good morning, everybody. We hope you are enjoying the last few weeks before Christmas. We've been working our way through the 4 Sundays of Advent. Advent means the coming or the arrival. And this past Sunday, we looked at Isaiah 40. And I started off by explaining a situation where I was extremely uncomfortable. What are some situations, or what's a situation that you were in that you felt really uncomfortable?
I can think of two that come to mind.
Mm-hmm.
One where it was that emotional discomfort, and one where it was a physical discomfort.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll start with the emotional because it was also the one that came first chronologically. When I was in high school, I remember a time where someone I knew in the youth group was like, "Hey, a bunch of us are going mini golfing. You should come." And I'm like, "Ooh, that sounds fun. I'm down for a good time. I love mini golf." So I connect with the people who are organizing it, and then I got there and I quickly realized that it was not exactly how it was sold to me. So like it was not like a whole bunch of friends going. I realized I was very quickly that I'm now the fifth wheel on what seems like a double date.
Yeah.
Right? Because that guy who's like, "You should go," never showed up. And I'm like, I feel like I've been set up here. And so the whole time we were mini golfing, I'm kind of like, I kind of wish this was one invitation I turned down. This is a little awkward.
Oh, I hit my ball way off over there.
See you guys.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Huh.
I was like, oh, I'm a fifth wheel here. This is.
Yep.
There's better ways to spend my time. So there was that emotional discomfort. And then the physical one, I was on my way, I can't remember if it was to or from, I did a mission trip in Argentina in college. And it was really like, there's a lot to it. Like my first time ever really going anywhere international, like out, out off the continent. And first time I remember ever even flying, and we had a 13-hour, like the one leg of our flight was like 13 hours long. And it was the summer of 1997. So before airplanes all had like individual screens, and I was in the front row. It was a 747, and the front row left, and so there was 3 seats right there, and it was just like wall. Right there at your knees.
And they play the movie right above you, right?
No, the movie was over on the wall over here.
Right.
So I couldn't even like see the movie. And I have the middle seat between 2 guys that make me look small.
Oh, man.
And,
Wow.
and I am wedged in there. Now, mind you, I'm like 18. So
13
whatever.
hours.
I'm young enough to maybe endure the discomfort, but it was very much I'm wedged. But like one guy was like, I don't know how else to describe him, but he was like not just big, but like big and hairy. I'm like, dude, what band do you drum for? Because he was also like, I can tell he had drumsticks with him, so who else would have drumsticks on the airplane? I'm like, didn't want to check those. What's so special with these drumsticks? But anyway, so him, and then a guy who was even bigger, and I'm just like, this is great.
Wow.
Glad it was glad. I'm like, am I gonna be able to sleep on this flight? What else am I gonna do?
Man, I feel for you. Those flights are hard, and I'm pretty small. I can squeeze in, and I'm still cramped. So wow. How about you?
It's hard to not make it into a long story, but the long story short is it's actually one of my earlier memories. So I was in like kindergarten, grade 1. We had this activity day at school, and my oldest brother was in grade 6, and there was this girl that he sort of liked but wouldn't come out and say it, but they sort of knew it. But being the younger brother, we had to kind of bug him about this girl, and and so this activity day, and we're running around and doing these different stations, and then me and my friend, who I was kind of the shy one, and he was kind of the crazy one, and I would just kind of follow him and live in his wake a little bit. So we got to this one station where this girl was at, and he thought, we'll just quickly drink the juice that they give us, which obviously at the time was like the McDonald's orange juice for some reason. I don't know. It was more like a Tang or something. I don't know. McDonald's orange juice, Tang, for some reason that all is in one bag for me. So then you take these little tiny glasses and then you drink it and you go to the next station because it was a hot day outside. So for whatever reason, he shotgunned this one and like went on to the next thing and I'm like, oh shoot, I have to follow him. So I chugged it quickly and I was not ready for it. And just then I like choked on it and spat it and it went all over this girl's bright white tennis shoes.
Oh, no.
And for some reason, I feel like out of all the people that I could have like embarrassed her and embarrassed me at the same time, of all the people, for some reason, that one just felt like it landed oddly.
Is she not your sister-in-law? 'Cause that would be,
Yeah.
No, not quite.
that'd have been a good
Elizabeth.
story for Christmas time.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's great. Well, the beauty of the passage was for people that were in extreme long-term discomfort, right? Like, imagine all those things, but just they're in captivity, they're away from their home. Isaiah says, comfort, comfort.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so what does it feel like when you are uncomfortable and all of a sudden comfort is provided? Like, I don't know what comfort in that situation would look like, except maybe, you know, your brother coming in and saying, it's all right, we're together, you know, I'll clean her up or whatever. I don't know, but whatever comfort would be provided, like in the airplane, you know, you're invited up to the, you know, the pilot's, you know, freshly made bed that he hasn't slept in or something, you know. What would it feel like to have comfort after just all as you know is discomfort?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, we took the youth skating on Monday night, right?
Mhm.
And the first thing that comes to mind is that feeling. Like the best part of skating, I find, is when you take your skates off.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, exactly.
And they're like, you're skating around, you're like, oh, my feet are just aching, and then you pop them off, and it's just like,
Yeah.
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 you know, that relief that comes with
Yes.
just putting your own shoes back on and
You're right. That is a great feeling. Or if you're skiing and you
right.
unbuckle your
Yeah.
skis after a long, you know, hiking those crazy boots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what doesn't have an equivalent? Surfing. I mean, it just
Oh, it's just awesome all around,
just
right?
awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
winter
Well,
sport.
like I remember hiking and a
Mhm.
long day, and you get to the
Yeah.
you put up all your stuff for overnight, and then you cook your meal, and that taste of that soup that would at home be kind of like watered down and not really fun is just the best feeling, right? Like the comfort.
Well, we would do like week-long camping trips on the West Coast, and like so you are a whole week without any kind of like showering, but you're like in salt water all the time and sand,
Yeah.
and there's the salty wind always on you, and then you get home and you have that first shower.
Mm-hmm.
That was always a good feeling.
Yeah.
Just that, oh, I'm actually clean again.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot of moments in life where we have that, right? Where
Yeah,
we go,
it
where you
is.
make that
Yeah.
transition.
I would
But none-
say, I would say, first coffee Christmas morning
Oh yeah.
just has something about it as well too. Of just like we're just
Yeah.
settled.
Super
right?
nice. Yeah.
But I mean that's also because we have a tendency to just be at home.
Yeah.
You guys are on the road.
I was just
You
thinking,
are-
yeah.
that's not yours.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm usually on the connector,
Yeah,
but yeah, no, that's usually my second coffee.
When you
I've
get
had
there.
first coffees,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
but second coffees.
Well, for Isaiah, his comfort was a person,
Mhm.
you know, and I've thought about that a lot, like, cause yeah, the shower, the meal, the whatever. No, shower doesn't work, but the meal is with somebody else that makes it good. The coffee
Yeah.
is really good when you're with somebody else, right?
Yeah.
You know, if you're uncomfortable and somebody comes over, all of a sudden it's less,
Yeah.
right? And and especially if you're sharing a pain, you know, together.
Yeah.
You know, if you've ever gone without food alone, that's really bad. If you go alone with somebody else, you share the misery, right?
Mhm.
But for him, it's like, I have somebody, not only is going to share your misery, he's going to take care of it. And that I think is the beauty of that passage is, you know, he's coming and your sin is paid for.
Mhm.
Like, you don't have to pay for it. You know, all you did, that was a consequence, but that's not paying for your sin. You can't pay for your sin, but I am coming to pay for it. And not only pay for it, but, you know, plenty, you know, that doubled over. word that we talked about on Sunday, meaning the grace is more than sufficient for what you had. So,
Even it makes me think of, okay, so you say like, okay, he was comforted by, or like,
the people were proclaimed comfort
Yeah.
by this person. Yeah.
and yet it makes me think of Hebrews 11. All these people who came before Christ, they never saw it.
Yeah.
So Isaiah himself, proclaimed this comfort that it's coming, right? And now you have to wait,
Yeah.
and you don't get to see it. And yet, I'll bet you that first moment, that first step into eternity, when he, at whatever point,
Greeted them,
however that
Yeah.
works, whatever point he saw absolute comfort in the person of Jesus Christ that came about, at that perfect moment in time. Man, that must have been the comfort feeling
Oh,
that
yeah.
came, right?
Yeah.
Because he never saw the fulfillment of the
Yeah.
Messiah, but
Yeah.
yet it was there even when he wrote it, right?
Yeah. I've just been thinking about that a lot lately. That the comfort, from the week before, the light. It's a person. It's a person.
Yeah.
And really, what is the greatest gift that you could have? Like, for those of us who got married, we give ourselves to someone else. Like, what bigger gift than you could give yourself, right? Or to receive someone else in there, that they're just willing to give themselves to you. Yeah, beautiful.
Well, and I think what you're kind of touching on the outskirts of is the idea of idolatry, and how often when we are trying to figure out, like, okay, what are the idols that I might have set up in my life, right? That which of these, what am I looking for my comfort, is one clue that can help us, I think, identify, right? So if it's my job is my comfort, or this person is my comfort, or my bank statement is my comfort, or my resort I like to go to in Mexico is my comfort, whatever that thing is, right? And we all have some things where, and if it's something other than Jesus, then I think that's a little clue what might be something that we've set up as an idol in our life.
Yeah,
Not necessarily, because I think
it's
those
tricky,
things,
right?
God gives us good things
I
to
know.
bring joy and
Yes.
comfort, but at the
Yeah.
same time, it's like, what has become the ultimate comfort? I guess
Yeah.
maybe is the clarifying question in that.
Like for me, I don't know how to distinguish that easily.
And it's tricky.
It's tricky, right? So what I've tried to do lately is not say, oh, I'm going to give this up because but say, am I thanking God for this, right?
Yeah.
As I'm enjoying it, like, Lord, this is one of your gifts. You're my comfort, and look how you provided it, or something, right?
No, absolutely.
But I agree with everything you said.
No, I think that's a good
when I try to
clarifying
apply it,
point,
I'm
right?
like, wow, that's hard.
Yeah.
But exactly. Like, are we always giving thanks to Him and willing to give it up if He asks, right?
Yep.
But not necessarily assuming that He's always going to ask that.
No.
But great. Hope that you can ponder Isaiah 40 some more. I think we did verses 1 through 11. And the reason I say I think that is because I'm a couple sermons ahead now in my mind too. So, which is all good. So I hope you're excited for what's coming.
But if you want to ponder Isaiah 40, go watch Handel's Messiah, because there's actually a performance of it coming up.
Can you sing Every Valley?
Comfort ye, my people. Yeah, it goes on.
And then,
But
and then the Every
there's-
Valley part, you always do that.
Every valley.
That's what I was talking about.
Can I
We've
change
heard
my
that
answer
100
about
times.
being uncomfortable?
Yeah. Here's the uncomfortable part. No. What I would say is go watch a professional do it. There's one coming up in the next couple of weeks. There's a message on the bulletin board. Go have a look at that. It's
I think it might be sold out though.
because it is an unbelievable restatement of Isaiah 40 for quite a bit
And
of
a
it,
bunch of
and it goes back and
all
forth.
kinds of prophecies. Yeah,
And it goes right from creation
Yeah.
to resurrection to the end of Revelation,
Yeah,
fulfillment,
it's
right?
amazing.
That the amen at the end is just beautiful.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Yep. Well, that's looking back, looking forward. We are continuing our Advent series through until Christmas. And then things you need to know coming up are December 22nd. You want to tell us about that?
Yeah, so there is a production happening, a drama happening that morning. We are excited to present to you Christmas Plus. It's a drama just retelling the Christmas story in many different ways on that Sunday morning. And yes, it's a bunch of kids, but there's some others involved as well too. And so we're excited to share that with you on that Sunday morning.
Yeah, we've been working hard on that. It'll be fun to see. Can you tell us about Christmas Eve?
Christmas Eve is December 24th.
In case you didn't know.
In case you didn't know.
It's the day
It's-
before your birthday.
If you don't know what day Christmas Eve is,
Yeah.
just ask your kids. No, but what really is significant is that is we do love to come together and on Christmas Eve for a special service. And so that'll be at 6:30 in the evening. And make plans to come. I know most of you do already, right? Like it's always a great collection of people who are here. Honoring God in this season and remembering that that's the whole point, right? And so, and we know lots of families have different traditions associated with that. Some Christmas Eve night is the family night and they get together with extended family, but for many people it's come together and worship together, and so we continue to do that.
Yeah, otherwise, we're praying for you, thinking about you, hoping that you're enjoying this season, or for some of you, it's difficult. I mean, we acknowledge that too, and so we're, like I said, we're praying for you. And in the uncomfort, remember that He is your comfort, and that's what we all celebrate, whether we're rejoicing or whether we're mourning. And so, I hope that we encourage you this morning to look again at Isaiah 40 and to ponder who it is we celebrate. And so we hope you have a great week. God bless you.